Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of a gaming podcast, episode 126. Steve, how you doing?
Hi. I'm doing well. I feel like it's been like a month since I saw you. I think. I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. I was. I've been traveling all last month. I was at GDC. I was at PAX.
That's right. That's right. How was PAX? How was the vibes this year?
It was good. I like, there's always those people that are just like, oh, PAX is dying. There's not that many, vendors or whatever on the show floor. And I'm like, all say that every year, even before. I don't know what to believe anymore. No, it was a good time. I had, I thought it was great. Good vibes, kind of all around. A lot of friends to be able to hang out with, which was great. Just had an overall good time. Kind of. Sort of did a little bit of work / just had fun. PAX has always been my fun con that I go to. So
it's so fun. And I find for me personally, it's like the outside of convention hours. So like the parties and stuff. And I think fun fact, Marcel, wasn't it PAX East that's where I first met you in person.
That's right. And what I found the other day? The Predator glasses. The one
man.
That was a party
cool.
We went to and everything. So
I was a maniac back then working at the Gamer Subs table. That was fun to see, especially where Gamer Subs is today. That's how crazy it was. If I'm at a convention, I'll go out. That's it. That's like the only time. If I'm away on business already, I'll go.
And then you literally just took the glasses. You're like, all right, I'm going home. I'm like, what? We just got here.
Honestly, it was there was a lot of like situations like that too. Like it just random people you just kind of run across and be like, okay, I'll never I see you for like 5 minutes and then never see you the rest of the time. Which happens quite a bit. I will say the highlight for me though was I got to meet Kevin Eastman. And for those who don't know, he's the creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he was at the Magic the Gathering booth, and I got this signed by him, which is come on, focus. There you go.
On, focus. Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
So he drew that art for the for Magic. So this is his art card, and then he signed it. So
very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Shout out to Frisk, friend of the show. She was the one she was actually working at the Magic booth, and she hooked me up with this card to get signed. So, great dude, great person. So
awesome, cool. Yeah. Sammy, what's going on with you,
dude? I know I said I probably wasn't gonna play Marathon, but I've been playing a lot of Marathon.
Wow.
Now it doesn't hit exactly like Apex Legends in like season 1 and 2, but it's pretty dang close. And even though I get my teeth kicked in every single match, it's really fun.
Cool.
But
I've yet to jump in. I played for like 5-10 minutes kind of thing, just to kind of get the vibe for it, and that's when the UI was just like, this is just too much. I'm sorry. I kind of, I was like, I'll get back to it later.
Dude, they have this game mode where you have to basically level up and you unlock it. And it's a special map that's only open on weekends. And it's where like it's you have to pay 500 credits to get in. So there's kind of an ante, and it's like the sweatiest of people that play that, but it's so chaotic. And I every weekend I'm just like, all right, it's time.
Wow.
So you think Marathon's going to survive a year?
We shall see. The numbers currently, I want to say it's like around 30,000 players up and down. On the weekends, a little bit more than that, but if it stays around 30, also because it's an extraction. That's just
Steam. That's true. We're also talking PlayStation 5s as well.
Yeah, but because it's an extraction shooter, what usually happens, so in 3 months, all the loot and everything gets wiped. So then usually at the beginning is when you'll see the spike, and then it'll kind of like taper off from there.
In contrast to that, I mean, if you're saying like it's about 30,000 players, kind of like generally, Destiny 2 is only at like basically at a peak of like 10,000. It's currently only about 8,000 right now. So Marathon seems to have at least a little bit of a big push from a Bungie standpoint.
and
So-
it feels so Bungie, and I love it. Even like
Yeah.
the design, it feels like Destiny Home 2. So like
Yeah.
you get a little bit of that itch.
And I just looked. You were absolutely right. Like the past 24-hour peak is about 27,000. Currently, right now, there's 18,000. So it's double of what Destiny 2 has right now, which is awesome. So I personally think it's going to last long. It's got the legs.
Yeah,
I think it
for
should be
sure.
fine. Yeah, especially if they're trying to keep it fresh and everyone's so like if your thing gets wiped out, then what was the whole purpose? Then
It's a dungeon extraction. Well, not a
Yeah.
dungeon extraction, but
you know, you
extraction
keep
shooter.
something.
So-
You know, you're like, hey, this one
Well,
item was
Arc
only
Raiders
from
does-
that one part. You know,
Arc Raiders does that, but they do it on like I think like a 3-month basis or something like that, or a month basis.
which Marathon will be doing, I think 3 months as well.
Interesting.
So basically, you work hard, then you lose it all, and you start
Tax
again.
season comes in.
Yep.
I think that honestly is a great move because it can still keep players that are still brand new, that are still trying to figure everything out, and it kind of puts everyone at sort of an equal playing field.
Yeah.
So that way, it's like a year or two from now, you're not seeing players that have like the most epic, mythic weapons and what have you, and then there's still players that are just trying to figure out and then just getting run over by all these like high end players. So
100%.
I think it was a good call to do that.
Yeah. Have any of you tried Pokemon Champions out of curiosity?
No, not
Nope.
yet. I know Riley did. Did you?
I tried it as well.
Yeah.
It's a free game, obviously, and they even give you some Pokemon to start out, and it's probably the best way.
it was free.
Yeah, it's a free game to try out. If you have Pokemon home, you can put in your Pokemon there. If not, you do get like rental Pokemon, and they give you like enough free stuff to like start off with,
that's cool.
where you can like get like a full team, and or probably even a couple of full teams. Change their individual points if you want to, and a few costumes as well. There is a battle pass. I think it's like $7 for it. That will give you a couple of costumes, but like it's not really needed as well. But the battle pass also has like certain Pokemon in there, so you also get like free Pokemon inside there as well. But like overall, like you get like your standard battle, and they don't even have all the Pokemon in there. There's only like 100 or like I think a couple hundred in there, and then they're gonna be adding more in later. And because there's like different, there was Pokemon Scarlet that had the whole terraforming when they became like glass and they changed their type during battle.
Mhm.
That's not in there. It's all like they're like mega focus. Where like that makes sense because Pokemon ZA was very mega focus. Like that was like all the terraform Pokemons from Scarlet are not in that game. It's all mega forms. So like it's like they're like, all right, well, since this is like the current game, they have those Pokemon available, and then any Pokemon that has like terraforming, they're not in it yet. Maybe like later on they'll come through. Overall, like it's like your traditional battle back in turn base. You could do solo, like one-on-one or double battles if you want to, rank against other people as well. There's no crazy meta, so in a way, I feel like not yet, I should say, because the Pokemon community will find the meta soon. But overall, it looks fine. Switch 2, I don't know. Some people have said the Switch 2 version has come out, but I don't think it has because it looks like Switch 1. If I'm honest with you,
Oh, really?
Like it runs at 30 FPS. I don't think the Switch 2 patch has come through yet, which is I'm like, why not? But
Let me
that's
see
not
what
supposed to be
it looks
coming.
like in the store.
yeah,
'Cause
it
I'm very curious.
literally looks like I think it just says it's compatible with the Switch 2, but there's no like Switch 2 like edition of the game. Which
Oh,
I'm
really?
sure
There's no official Switch 2 version?
not yet. But some people said like, oh, they got it, and they're like, why does the game look bad? And I'm like, I don't know. That's the Switch 2 version, but overall, online plays it works good. You can transfer your Pokemon easily from Pokemon Home over to there, and they don't like live there. They in a way they kind of like you can just bring them back, and then anything you change to them in Pokemon Champions, doesn't stick to them. It just will stay. Like if you ever bring them back from home, it will remember what you did to those Pokemon. But like whatever you did doesn't carry over to like wherever your home box is. So like if I gave like Espeon like a new move in Champions, it will not. I bring her back into like the Pokemon home, it won't have those moves. But if I bring her back into Pokemon Home, it will actually remember like, oh yeah, you did these changes to this Espeon. So really neat. It's supposed to come to iOS as well. So I can see like an Android phone. So I can see like so that way you can access it anywhere, wherever you are. It's a nice way to introduce people to like traditional Pokemon battle, which is I guess the whole idea is. Kind of reminds me of like when you used to like run up to the N64 booths to try out some games and like had a Pokemon Stadium there.
Pokemon Snap, baby. That was
some people did Pokemon Stadium as well. They had Pokemon Stadium.
Oh,
Pokemon
okay,
Snap
okay.
at the N64 booths as well. So it's a nice little intro to everything before the mayhem starts and the meta kicks in and everything. So
yeah, and you're all right. It does say that it does support the game if it's on Switch 2, and it does say there is supposed to be a free update for improved graphics, but it doesn't say if it's officially released. It just makes it seem as if it's like, oh yeah, what you're downloading is the Switch 2 patch.
And I think that's what people were confused about, because like even some people were like, oh, I downloaded the Switch 2 version. I'm like, it's not out. It was say Switch 2 or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Although I will say, it's kind of deceiving a little bit in the eShop, because when I clicked on the Pokemon Champions, it came up with the game plus the starter pack, which is $10. Yeah, you actually have to scroll down a bit to be able to find the actual like champions, the free one. Yeah, so
which the starter pack doesn't like. It gives you some stuff, but you don't need it. I just downloaded the free version, and they gave me enough stuff to like change, like for me to buy outfits or even for me to change moves for on my Pokemon that I brought over from home as well. So
okay, cool.
But yeah, it's a good way to, if you want to get some battles done, and I got like the hint of some sweats already. I was like, they're ready finding their way through the game. But it's a cool way if you want to just do a couple of Pokemon battles. You know, it doesn't hurt. And then there'll be like some online tournaments and such like that. So,
do you think it's like, I mean, I know that obviously like the two are kind of not really like specifically related, but like, do you think that this is going to be the better way to be able to kind of get into quick little Pokemon battles, like different than like say Pokemon TCG? I mean, I know it's like cards versus actual Pokemon, but
in a way, I feel like this is like the TCG version of the battles.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that's okay. So I was wondering if it's like, okay, do you think that like, if you didn't really vibe with the game aspect of TCG, would you enjoy Champions better?
You probably enjoy Champions Battle, where that is that was always the way to get as close as the anime of battling in a way.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you're gonna go into arena.
You pick different moves. Like it's not energy based like how TCG is, where that's their method of battling. But like how the Pokemon Pocket, the one that we're always ripping packs and everything, how that teaches us how to play the game, where it's like a light version of the traditional TCG way. This is what this one is for like classic Pokemon battle as well. So it's a nice introduction. I wish, man, they better have voice acting for the upcoming Pokemon game, because there's none here. Thankfully, you can just skip the whole scene. You're like, oh, you want me to read all this non-information? Bye. And I just left funny. All of it.
Are they like long cutscenes, or
there's some long cutscenes of some grandpa talking to you and his granddaughter who looks like she's 85 years old as well. I'm like, dude, I don't want to listen to you two. I want to battle.
I say that like this. This is just more in general. If your cutscene or your cinematic, it takes so long that your system starts to kind of like dim a little bit, being like, you're just not playing anything right now. That's when you know it's too long. Like seriously.
That's Kojima. A lot of his cutscenes, I'm like, oh my god, let me make sure I have the controller in my hands, because
I feel like
at least you're talking.
I think that happened. I'm trying to remember what game it was. It was either Yakuza or Stellar Blade was kind of similar to that too. So it's not just Kojima. Kojima definitely, I've noticed it more.
He's the king of that. That's for sure.
Yeah, like 10, 15 minute cutscenes, which is, hey, he wants to make a movie, so let him do it.
I mean, I guess so, yeah, but like the whole game is a movie. Come on, Kojima.
I don't know.
Let's talk about Forza.
Yeah.
Steve, you had a chance to try it out. I did as well. Sammy likes cars, so then let's get into it.
I work in the car industry.
You work in the car industry as well.
Like cars.
Yeah, but you also love Japan as well, which is where the
true.
theme is, Sammy.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
So I will say I've only had like a little bit of time with the game because I got the code a little bit late, and it was over the Easter weekend, and I just couldn't be able to play it as much as I wanted to. However, that being said, the game, like on first glance, it's like is so gorgeous. Like it is
very pretty.
When you're driving around the Japanese landscape and you're seeing like all like the cherry blossoms, and it just everything just looks crisp and clean, and like it just every game that both Turn 10 and now Playground Games has kind of like has been improving over time. Like it's amazing that basically, if you think about it, I mean, I think if I remember correctly, I think Forza Horizon 5, it came out on the Series X and S in the early generation, right? So this is the second time that they've made a Forza game, or at least Playground has made a Forza game for the Xbox Series X. And I don't know, it just, to me, it maybe is just recency bias, but it feels like that this game looks even better than the previous one, than Horizon 5, which is awesome. And I will say that I mostly got to try out a bunch of the accessibility settings in this, so I didn't really get a chance to do, like, maybe Marcel, you can talk to like the livery where you could design your cars and build out your garage world or whatever. I never got a chance to do that. But the accessibility, it's good, and it's definitely better than Horizon 5, but there are some things that have been missing, like that are in, say, Motorsport, that are not in Horizon 5. So for instance, like what was famous in Motorsport was the blind drive assist, when it had a bunch of like audio cues to kind of help you know where you are on the road and where other cars are. And what turns to be able to make. This game doesn't have that, and it's for a good reason. Well, not necessarily a good reason, but basically they're two different engines, and it's hard. Like, I'm talking about like actual game engines, not car engines. It's two different game engines, and it's not, you can't just sort of transplant one feature and then move it over to another. And because Playground has been working on Horizon 6 for a while, they would not have been able to include essentially the blind drive assist that's there. They have a version of it where they have a proximity sensor where you can be able to have up on the screen that kind of lets you know where cars are in relation to where you are. Kind of, if you ever watch like a Tesla, like when you could see all the different cars that are around you as you're driving in the kind of like that map sort of space. It has that similar vibe, but just sort of a top-down kind of view. So you always know who's driving up behind you, and they can see which side that they're driving up on. And then there's like an audio cue that lets you know how close they are to you, which pops up. There are some times where the voiceover, like basically the GPS, will kind of let you know where to go. But I didn't really fully work that out. The biggest thing for me though was they added high contrast mode, which I will give it to Playground that it works really well. I did notice though, and I don't know if this was the same for you, Marcel, because I assume you probably didn't have that on, but for me, whenever high contrast mode was on, it felt like that there was some moments of lag. Now I'll give it that it's a preview, it's not the full version of the game, so they're still working on it. But anytime it tried to be able to render out the world as well as the high contrast mode, because essentially kind of like overlays it on top of the world in a way. So it kind of like, even like there are times like, say, okay, you can have the road actually have a high contrast color, but if there's like snow on top of it, you kind of lose the contrast of the road. So it's like it's trying to render out extra stuff on top of everything else, which kind of slows it down a bit. It still works. It still works great. I think it was the best way for me to be able to play. I'm still terrible at racing games, so I'm not that great at it. But I basically I think the highest rank I got was like 5th in a race. I never really got anything close to the podium basically, but it definitely helped me out a lot. Helped me be able to see cars and where I need to go a lot better. I think hopefully that the optimization will be improved by the time the game comes out. Just being for rendering stuff, because it felt like there were definitely times that I had to kind of like sort of compensate how I was driving for that. And so that's why I give it to like, it's more likely the preview build that we got is just not fully optimized yet.
Yeah, no, and for me, I know with a certain camera angle, it kind of lost like that speed element. Where it was like the third person view where like you're kind of like a little bit above the car.
Yeah,
and it just felt like the car was there and then the world was moving instead of the car moving in the world. Whereas if I change to like first person view, then you're like, okay, I feel like the speed in the game. Because I like that view felt so weird. I'm like, oh, where's this? Like it says I'm
like
going 150 kilometers. The default view.
Oh,
I found the
okay.
default view didn't really have like that, like a speed, like feeling to it. Whereas when I changed it to like first person view, then I was like, okay, now like it feels like this car is moving.
Okay.
I don't know if that was like a series. I played on the Series S, so I don't know if that's like a Series S thing. Which, by the way, with this preview, there was no PlayStation, no PC availability. It was only on Xbox consoles. That's so I don't know.
And I was
maybe
playing
that was
on the
like,
Series X.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know if that was just like a Xbox Series S thing, maybe, because we couldn't really change anything to performance mode either. It was like everything was in quality mode. On top of that, game super gorgeous. Like you said, I would love to extend that out there. Music's really good in the game. This music's really, really nice in this game. Kind of giving me like a little bit of Tokyo Drift vibes of the soundtrack.
It had that vibe. I was definitely when you're going in on the tracks that you're drifting around. It just kind of had like felt like I was like Tokyo Drift. It was great.
And not everything was available. Like, I know there's like 200 and something cars. I mean, this one had a measly 50 cars available in this.
Only 50, yeah, just only 50.
Measly one.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all they have. Where's the rest of them?
Come on. What are you doing, though? Xbox, what are you doing?
Come on.
It's all Ash's fault.
It's a nice selection of cars, especially that you'll be doing like a lot of off-roading and sometimes you'll be driving off a mountain or snowy area. Some cars are, I feel like you're just driving on ice. Like their tires are just ice cubes.
A little too slick sometimes, yeah.
Like the one car in the very early mission where someone's like, hey, test my car out for me. I'm like, bro, what did you do to your car? Like I'm skidding all over the place.
Yeah, it kind of felt like the tuning was so off that I was just like, I was slipping. I think it probably is. It was designed to drift. I think that's what it felt like.
But it wasn't a drifting race. It was just like, hey, go here to there.
That was the problem because it's like because you obviously in Forza the Horizon's a little more arcadey, so you gain points for like doing cool stuff. So when you drift, you're constantly getting points for it. But it was easy to drift. But like being able to recover from that, and then also again, it's just a street race, and like in Tokyo, like you can't do it.
Now I don't know what that guy did with his car, but I was like, it's like, oh, thanks for tuning. I'm like, I don't want to touch your car ever again. Your
please
car,
don't.
Something's wrong with this car. It's demon or something inside this car here. By the way, I wanted to be friends with these people. You arrive in Japan, and you're like, oh, you don't have a car? All right, well, pick one of 3 of mine if you like. You're like, what? Give me a free car?
What do they start you out with? Is it like a Type R? What do the beginners?
Similar to like for Horizon 5, where you basically get like 3 types of cars. You get a Jeep / SUV, and then you get like a more of a street race kind of car, and then you have a little one that's kind of designed for drifting in this. So I can't remember, but they're basic.
I'm trying to remember the brand, but
I think one was a Toyota, and that's the only
one. I think that's the only one I can remember. Is the gray one.
I have to pull my recording just to see what it was, but let me see if we can find it.
But overall, like it felt great, and I know Anna, she's the assist navigation is back once again, and one cool thing as well, which I'm trying to remember, this was in 5. If you see other people driving, you could just like drive up next to them and like honk, and then challenge them for a race, like right on the spot. So there were like a couple devs driving around, which I think like once you're in the world, like I think they're like, if they happen to be in the same lobby, that's not actually them. I feel like it was just like, okay, here's like it was Caboose. Like Caboose's car will be there, but it's not him. I'm actually racing.
Yeah, they've done that. They basically kind of like your friend Caboose.
I drifted away. I beat your car, but but it wasn't you, so it doesn't count. So
Because if it was me,
it was a whole.
It was really me. It would go down very different.
You'd be off road. That's for sure.
Okay.
But no, like so. But the fact you just drive up to someone like honk and they'd be like, "All right, challenge this person," and go from like here to there. You could do that as well. In the game, which I don't think that was in 5. So I feel like with 5, like a lot of people were around, but they were like ghost cars, so you can just kind of like drive past them, or you'll see other people racing, doing other things in a way. But
yeah, it was hard to tell, like whether or not, like whether it was just like computer generated or like beta, like basically just
like
an
an
AI version of whether they were your friends. Okay, so I've got the 3 cars you get. Because again, you can pick your starting car, but at any given time, if you're going to a race, you can choose any of the 3 that are available. So you have a Nissan Silvia K 1989. Then you have a 1970 GMC Jimmy. Which is basically just a large like truck / Jeep, and then you have a Toyota Celica GT4.
That's the one I picked.
Yeah, that's the one I picked too.
That's the right choice, I think.
Yeah, that's the right. Yeah, everything else I'm like, I don't know about these other ones.
Yeah, I did have to drive at like there was one race I had to play or I had to drive with the Nissan, but the rest I could basically just choose whatever I wanted, and I just basically just went with the Toyota, which was fine. It's not the best, especially like trying to be able to like around tight corners, which some like cityscapes like Tokyo have that. So there are some like narrow streets to try to be able to kind of like navigate around, and especially if you're kind of going at a top speed and like it's you want to drift and make it look cool, but like it's such hard turns that you're slamming into the wall pretty much every single time. So it's going to take me a while to be able to kind of get used to the speed of or at least the driving of within around Japan.
Yeah, like I said, besides that one default camera angle where I feel like you're not. Like sometimes when you're driving a car, you're like, oh, I want to feel like I'm going fast. It just felt sluggish. But then once I changed to the first person, it was fine. So, which I normally drive first person anyway. So, Kibbles, did you have a chance to try this? I don't know if you had access to this.
No, I haven't had a chance to. But from what you guys are saying, it sounds like it's a bit of fun. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I could definitely like the Horizon series over like the.
Yeah, I think Horizon's always been just like that, like the fun cousin, you know what I mean? Just the game's whole concept is just it's not.
Cousin Horizon's coming over again. Oh, we're gonna have the best weekend ever.
I mean, yeah, like you've got like the regular Forza for like the people who are into their racing simulators, and then you got Horizon where there's a Gundam. You know what I mean?
Basically, Motorsport's always been simulation, whereas like Horizon was always more the arcade side, which honestly I think is more fun. I think the thing I enjoy the most about yes, there are the races and that's kind of the core gameplay, but it's the driving around, it's the exploring Japan, and they encourage you to do that because you get points every single time you find a new road or find a new route or an area,
new region and everything.
Like you're finding also like beat up cars that you can basically just add to your garage and tune up and get to keep as part of your garage. So it always felt like that there was a fun like aspect to it. There's the Horizon Festival, which is the main story of the game where you're trying to be able to obviously be the top of the festival, but I think the fun of it is people are going to enjoy with this one is not only just being able to just explore and drive around, but also finding ways to be able to build out your garage compound, I guess, instead of just a garage.
Was it the last Horizon or the one before where they did the Hot Wheels thing?
I think it was 4.
Was
it? Okay. Because that's the last one I remember playing, but I'm definitely interested in jumping back in. I'm more of an arcade like racing game kind of guy. Like I don't get me wrong, I'm all for like the racing simulators. I do think that they're very cool. And obviously like visually and even just the way that you look at like some people who are like pros at actual like race car driving are so invested in Forza Motorsport. Like it's really, really cool. But Split Second is my favorite racing game of all time. And so like arcadey racing games like that's my jam. So for sure Horizon, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you still have the ability to be able to, if you want to like go fine tune your car, you can have that capability. And there's even settings to even like fine tune your gameplay performance if you prefer that, including like making the game like if you just want it super simple, like you wanted to, I'm not great at braking, you can turn on the assist modes to be able to help you with that, or Swiss steering, or you can lower or increase the difficulty of the game. So there are ways to be able to like customize your experience to be able to make it more comfortable for you, and like whether you like the simulation aspect or just just the arcade aspect. I think I'm gonna just enjoy the arcade and just drive around Japan and do the small little like challenges here and there and just not really care how well I do in the races. But this, I think. What I think it's going to do super well ratings wise. I think when it comes out, because
it's coming on PlayStation as well.
That too. I think that's going to help out a lot. But I think it's got the goods. Let's just say that.
Nice,
especially with PlayStation only having like one racing game, like one console, one Gran Turismo.
I mean, but apparently
now they want to scan your faces now. Right?
Oh, really? Yeah. I was gonna say apparently Gran Turismo's got like a crazy player base still. Like there's still people super invested.
Cult following for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Caboose, what's going on with you, man? How you doing?
Not much. I mean, I'm really excited. We're talking obviously about early hands-on and stuff like that. Invincible Versus beta drops tomorrow.
Nice.
I'm super hyped for that. I've been loving this latest season of Invincible in general. Has just been out of this world. Like that last episode, not the one that just premiered today, but the one last week was insane. So it's just really cool that we're going to be able to get like a full-on fighting game, and it's the people who did Killer Instinct as well. Killer Instinct is like such a near and dear to my heart fighting game. I am so sad.
Iron Galaxy, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
I think it was originally. Oh, why can't I remember the team that originally started? Because then Iron Galaxy took over.
Oh, took over. That's right.
Yeah. I wish I could remember the original team, but I believe it's like the original team who made like the first iteration of Killer Instinct before Iron Galaxy took over. That's working on Invincible Versus. So I'm really, really excited for that, and I'm looking forward to trying out the demo or the beta tomorrow, and hopefully
Double
getting a good
Helix.
understanding. Yes, there we go. That's the name. But yeah, I'm hyped. Just give me more Invincible content.
It's so funny because I've been keeping up with Tip to Tip China, which is Ludwig and Michael Reeves. They're driving a motorcycle from the bottom of China to the top of China without any maps. And
oh my God.
And every episode they just slip in an Invincible Versus promo. So I think they paid him a lot of money for this like 15 episode sponsorship.
Wow.
I gotta be totally honest with the way you're starting that. I was like, oh, okay, we're switching to another subject.
And like,
so here's a better one. All right.
I don't know if you noticed my face the second you said the name. I kind of like sighed a little bit, and it's because it surprises me every time. He's like on a motorcycle.
Story. So here's mine. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's incredible. It's unbelievable. But yeah, I'm hyped.
Is it a free beta?
I think it's just an open beta. It's going to be a good chance for everybody to jump in and get their hands on the game ahead of the launch later this month.
Yeah. So it's Thursday, April 9th to 10 a.m. PT to Saturday, 11th, 9 p.m. PT. So you have until Sunday midnight Eastern time.
I actually only have tomorrow because I'm leaving. I'm going on a trip on Friday. So actually I'll have a little bit of Friday because I'm leaving Friday night.
Don't you know there could be a potential state of play?
Well,
yeah, that's why. That's why.
You know what? You know what? The rumor is apparently it's going to be third party focused. I'm hoping that means I'm in the clear. You know, but knowing my luck,
knowing
my luck,
exclusively Wolverine.
It's going to be like
exclusively Wolverine.
Right when I'm like, I don't know, I'm in the Bermuda Triangle, and all of my service goes out. That they're like, here's every reveal for Wolverine. Yeah. Right now,
and here's every Marvel game we're planning on doing for the next 5 years.
Here's a new trailer for 1943 Rise of Hydra. Here's a new trailer for the Iron Man game.
I mean, it's considered third party, so you never know.
You know what? Actually, you're right. You're right.
Rise of Hydra.
Did you say that Invincible Versus the beta is this weekend? Is that what you said?
It's tomorrow.
Yeah. Starts tomorrow.
Oh wow. Kiln from Double Fight is actually also having their closed beta this or open beta this weekend.
Oh damn!
As well. I played it at PAX. It is charming as hell. Like, it is,
I'm excited for that.
Awesome.
It is so much. Like I had a blast. I went back and played it again because it was just. I just enjoyed. I enjoyed my time with it. Like building out your little pot. You get to do that and then have like one round of against other players. It was just. I basically just went into defense mode. I just was trying to be able to take out every pot that was trying to be able to destroy my kiln, and lost once, won once, and it was. I was pleasantly surprised at how much I actually really did like that game. So
Oh,
if you
yeah.
could jump in the beta, definitely try it out because I think it might be Double Fine might have like a pretty fun hit on their hands.
Double Fine, Double Helix, Double Mint Gum. You know what's going on here. Yeah. So what else is going on, Caboose? I don't know if anything you want to bring up. It's been such a light week because I know it's also Easter. Happened as well. Happy Easter to everyone. You know. So.
I mean, yeah, it has been a light week on news and information for anything really. I mean, to be honest, it's been kind of a light year, especially on my front for like superhero games and the likes of that. But I mean, apparently there's some rumors, or not necessarily rumors, but there's confirmation. I think that NetherRealm is hiring for QA testers.
Okay.
And a lot of people in the community have noted that that's usually indicative of a reveal being somewhere near. At least something similar had happened with the reveal of Mortal Kombat 1, where right around the time that they started hiring for some QA testers was also around the time where they were gearing up for a reveal of some sort. So people are thinking maybe the next NetherRealm game is around the corner. Maybe Summer Game Fest could be.
So what do you think?
Slot.
Mortal Kombat or Injustice?
I mean, like part of me,
I think it might be Mortal Kombat again.
Part of me would think that it was Mortal Kombat just because of the merger and all this stuff that's happening, because I think that's the reason why they went back to Mortal Kombat the last time, because they did the whole merger with Discovery and they wanted to play it safe, and MK sells well. But I've got this sneaking suspicion that NetherRealm kind of wants to take a break from MK for a second. I think Mortal Kombat 1, for as well as it did, I mean, sold like 5 million plus copies, and it was relatively well received critically. It's still, for like Mortal Kombat fans, it really didn't hit the mark, especially in terms of story, in terms of support. You know, like they didn't really deliver, I feel like, on what NetherRealm's usual standards are. So I feel like part of that was because they might have been working on an Injustice 3. This merger happens and they're like, oh shit, let's just play it safe, go back to MK. And because of that, they kind of rushed the story. They didn't really like nail down the ideas that they would have wanted to, I feel like. So I'm guessing Injustice 3 is next.
Okay.
Selfishly, I want Injustice 3 to be next.
I would love an Injustice 3.
I would love that too.
But
or maybe I would love more of a soft reboot to that, because it's like, because I feel like enough time has passed that I think that they could get away with that, especially with the new version of DC.
Right.
And obviously we don't have Kevin Conroy anymore, unless he did secretly record some new lines for Injustice 3. But I think having a sort of a different story, or different sort of the Injustice, getting rid of the 3 and then having a subtitle or whatever, I think could really do. I think it could do well. And I think with now the recent focus that DC's had, at least seems to be, or at least focus on video game side of things, could be in that. I don't know. Will we see a David Cornsweet Superman in there? I don't think so.
Probably a skin, maybe a skin, like something like that. I feel like they're going to want to have some sort of synergy. I think James Gunn, when he was initially talking about how games will be involved in this overarching new DC plan, I really don't think that he was talking about how, like, we're going to make a Superman game that will connect to the next Superman movie. I think it was more so the Fortnite stuff, right? Like putting Superman from his movie in Fortnite, and there being like some story there, right? That doesn't necessarily cross over in any of the movies, but has like that brand synergy. So I could totally see them doing that with like another Injustice. My wild card guess though is, because it's been so long, and because DC has definitely been way more like pushing that PG-13 limit, being okay with releasing rated R films, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe not this next NetherRealm game, but maybe at some point in the future, another Mortal Kombat versus DC, where they like do it right.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I can see that.
That has been my like pie in the sky sort of guess, because of how okay DC is these days with violence within their brand. Like back when that first version of the game came out, you could tell there was fear. They were like, no, you can't get Batman to have his head cut off or something like that. No, you can't have Joker actually perform a fatality. It's got to happen off screen. But now they're like, I mean, you look at some of their comic runs, you look at some of their animated movies, the
especially
Joker
the last
film,
one, the Apocalypse one. Jesus.
right?
Yeah,
Exactly. Or like the Suicide Squad releasing, right? Like
or even
they've
Creature
been
Commandos.
Creature Commandos. I mean,
Yeah.
Peacemaker, right? I mean, there's so much room now where they're just like, yeah, like this is a brand for adults as much as it might be for younger audience. So I could see them releasing another Mortal Kombat versus DC and really trying to get it right this time and being like, no, we're not going to hold back. We're going to like really let loose with these characters.
There's
It's
two.
so-
Sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, Sammy.
I was just going to say, I'm very excited for a potential Injustice, not because I'll play it, but because I'm that person who will watch the 1.5-hour YouTube video of all the
So good.
cutscenes.
The stories are so
Yeah.
good.
It's so good.
There was two stories that I came to mind that I was like, I would love to see if they want to kind of change up the formula just a tiny bit. Like I agree, I think Mortal Kombat versus DC would be great if they were going to go that route.
Yeah.
I always thought that the opening to DC Universe Online, when basically Luthor nuked Metropolis.
Yeah.
Like that story, I think has a big enough impact that I think could prompt an Injustice sort of style type game versus like what like if they were going to go with something completely different and not make Superman evil kind of deal.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a cool way to be able to do it in a new Injustice, or in lieu of like in a kind of the opposite side of the coin of DC, kind of getting into more the adult type stuff, as you had mentioned. I would love to see maybe a Justice League Dark where you got like Constantine, Swamp Thing, you get the Creature Commandos in there, you can put Peacemaker in there. Like I think if you kind of go that route, you could have a lot of fun with it,
Definitely,
and still have that more like another realm like kind of like fun that they have with these games. And just like I feel like you can have so many cool fatalities just from like a Justice League Dark type setting.
that would be so cool. I know some people have even suggested, just because of how many guest characters they put in these games, like a full-on horror fighting game with Freddy and Jason and Leatherface and whatever have you. But I just couldn't think about rights wise they would make something like that happen.
NetherRealm has been pretty good at getting rights to certain things.
They have.
Their Mortal Kombat 1 support for post-launch wasn't super great, but I remember Mortal Kombat 11. It had some really great cameos in there for after like post-launch updates.
Yeah, I mean it's certainly not impossible, but I think it would be quite the effort to get everyone to play nice, all these different brands and all these different studios to sign off on the idea. But yeah, that's always been one that the community has been super about. But in general, I mean, I do think that a reveal is closer than we think. They've got the new Mortal Kombat movie releasing in just a couple of weeks now, or I guess in a month. And so I think that's
probably the best time to bring a new game, the whole Mario thing. So
exactly, this is a perfect time to try and cross promote. So Summer Game Fest is happening right around the corner. I think WB has had a presence before.
They have.
They did some stuff at Gamescom with Lego Batman, which also I'm so excited for.
Hey, did you see the bucket for Mortal Kombat?
Oh my god, it's so
the
good.
Shao Kahn helmet, that's so crazy.
You know what?
These helmets are becoming crazy now.
I have been like not an avid collector, or not even like super interested in these popcorn buckets. Like the Yoshi one was the one I was the closest to being like,
I almost want,
maybe. But that Shao Kahn helmet, I want it. I want to get my hands on
I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying about with Summer Game Fest that something potentially could come up.
Summer Game Fest right around the corner. We could see something there for Injustice. If not, my guess is before the end of the year. And at the very latest, the Game Awards, we see a reveal, because I'm thinking that whatever NetherRealm's got cooking up next comes out next year, because that's right around their dev cycle. And Ed Boon has talked about, even when Mortal Kombat 1 was coming out, that they've got multiple pots cooking on the stove, so they probably got a batch of the team that was finishing up and keeping the lights on for Mortal Kombat 1 as they pushed it out the door, and then try to get as many people as possible to go all hands on deck with their next project, so that they can,
I think it just depends on how well they sort of like survive the transition.
Cool.
God, that looks so cool.
That popcorn bucket
is crazy.
Sweet, man.
That
is it wearable, or is it just I guess not. Right?
I think it is because it's separated from the bucket.
I was about to say it looks separate, like in behind the bucket.
Yeah. It was just like, ooh, a new mask.
And I think the head, like you can open it up to put the popcorn in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like some weird sort of like contraption. You put it on your head and then you tilt the bucket back and it pours it into your mouth. I mean, that's what it looks like. It looks like there's like a hinge that kind of like pops up. Like it just kind of...
You put your helmet on and rip your head off, grab a little bit of popcorn.
Like the nacho hat people used to wear and dipped inside there. Yeah.
I mean, hey, I wouldn't put, like, as you said, the popcorn buckets be crazy. I think like anything could happen at this point.
They're becoming the new, like you have to get this. You know,
I blame Deadpool.
Wolverine, and I think that one started it, and it,
I mean, there's always like little ones where it started with like the topper. It started with like these things, and then it just slowly built out to the popcorn buckets and got bigger and bigger and bigger.
It was the Dune one that really started the craze.
Yes.
The craziness. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Because the Deadpool and Wolverine one to me was like, okay, like
that one had the glass though. I have that. They're
Is
like,
it?
hey, you want this with a drink? $30. I'm like, all right, give it to me.
Yeah, the Deadpool Wolverine one was just like they were trying to cash in on the joke. And it was almost one of those things where it's like, all right, the joke isn't funny anymore now, guys.
And then Dune just took it to a whole new level.
And then Dune obviously took it to a whole new level. And then but now it's become like a whole thing. It's become a whole that I couldn't believe the craze around the Mario one. Oh my god.
Dude,
I couldn't believe
there's a guy with a trunk full of them.
Yeah.
Unreal.
They were sold out when I went to go try to buy one.
It was out?
It was sold out at my location, at least.
Yeah. There was a couple of Cineplexes where Nintendo was actually like they were there, like with the Switches.
Yes, I saw.
Once you're done with the movie, you just go start playing some Switches. You get like and they're like, oh, you play this, you get like an exclusive badge and everything. So
yeah, I think I saw the press release for that. I was gonna venture out to go check it out, but I was at
one was in Vaughan. I was like, I'm not going there.
Oh, it was in Vaughan. Yeah, no, I ain't going there.
That's my place.
I ain't going there, Sammy. You can go to your Eurofil.
Except it is the only theater that has that true 70 mil IMAX screen that I have yet to like fully see. I was so. I kick myself every time. Like I regret not seeing Sinners in that theater.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
There are a lot of movies. I've still yet to see a movie in that 70 millimeters as well. So I'm one of these days.
Someday. Yeah.
Come on over, guys. Anytime.
There you go.
I mean, it's not. It's just that little. It's just enough where it's just a little bit too far away to just kind of like easily get to. That you have to like really think about how you're going to get there.
Yeah. By the way, has everyone seen Mario Galaxy?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Were the critics wrong, Sammy?
Come on, they rolled. They finished, and we can't talk about it because they need to watch.
Were the critics right? How bad it was?
Yeah, were the critics wrong about it?
I liked it. It's just like it's a fun time. There was a lot of Easter eggs, and I need you guys to watch it because I need to feel I need to be validated that I do feel like a Smash movie's coming. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
They don't talk about
Fox McCloud in the movie is
dude.
Like, oh, come on. You know what I mean?
I want to see it just for that alone. Star Fox was always my favorite.
Yeah.
I was going to go try to see it this weekend, but because I was in Niagara, my dad hadn't seen Project Hail Mary and I hadn't seen it yet. So we went.
That movie was incredible.
I loved it. I loved every second of it. It was so well done. Yeah.
I gotta check out Mario Galaxy as well.
I did see some guy threw the whole movie on Twitter apparently, and I was like, "What?"
Already? Jesus!
I don't know how people just have access to the USB that they plug into the projector. They're like, "All right, here's the whole movie."
That's
paid
crazy.
some like 16-year-old $1,000 or something like that.
It wasn't even like a cam. It was like direct feed.
It was full direct feed. It was kind of crazy. Twitter, of course, acted really quickly, but then there were some like scenes people ripped off and threw it on there. Some very lovely guests. That's what I'm gonna say. So I know one of them, Sammy. Which, by the way, Sammy, you're currently in first place. Nice little recap of the fantasy league. First place right now is Sammy. Caboose.
Yeah.
None of yours has kicked in yet. But don't worry,
Wait, no,
because of stupid Pokemon game that I voted on, it'll bring me down later on. So don't worry, Caboose. You just keep that seat warm for me, and we'll flip.
Sure.
Honestly, here, like mine, none of mine have come out yet. Like the next one coming up is Pragmata, which is on the 17th. So
excited for that.
I mean, Caboose has GTA 6. It could be
GTA
like
6,
That's it. That's gonna
he
be like
could
a
go
million
first
points.
spot. Yeah,
yeah.
overnight.
I mean, I'll say this: like, I think I've got a pretty good chance. I mean, it is projecting that I will win based on points alone, but I just haven't. I just don't have any points yet because nothing has come through.
I haven't. fully even put
007
everything
does
yet.
better than what people imagine, and I hope it does. I'm also in a kind of good position because I have First Flight and I have Lego Batman.
You do have two games that are like giving you at least double-digit points,
Yeah,
which is awesome. So,
Damn. Marcel, you took a 20-point loss.
I did.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know why.
Brutal.
It's a Pokemon game, bro.
I thought it I thought it was Game Freak involved. And they have
Even
no
so.
involvement in this game. And that's why it's the highest rated Pokemon game ever.
yeah.
I expected Game Freak to Game Freak it and be like, oh, it's a 70. You know?
Is Assassin's Creed the Black Flag remake? Is that this year?
I've been hearing, next week. I've been hearing
Right. I guess
year.
there's rumors apparently that State of Play that's coming up now might show something for it, right?
Maybe, yeah. And then I'm hoping that Zelda thing, Nate the Hate, is correct with that one. 'Cause that's coming out this year as well.
Oh, is that
Are we
your
thinking-
unannounced?
Are we thinking a new Star
yeah.
Fox this year too?
That's supposed to be
This
summertime.
year?
Well,
Apparently that leaked.
based on the Mario Galaxy movie
Yeah.
and everything, right? Like,
Yeah.
Riley
makes
already
sense.
claimed it. Riley claimed it already. Next mainline Star Fox game. So he was quick on.
He had to recently
There we
just
go.
do that. He didn't have that before.
No, I think because he was trying to drop one of the the Pokemon games. I think. That he had.
One Wave and that's right.
Yeah, because of and so like you have
Next
like
year.
in the Fantasy Critic, you are allowed to drop a game if it's going to be delayed. So that's why I think like Camille has the opportunity that she could potentially drop the 3D Mario platformer because that's potentially might be delayed according to Fantasy Critic site. But she does also have like 2 games that are doing double digits, including Resident Evil Requiem, which is an 89. So she got 19 points just from that alone. But Sammy, you got 2 that are like 85, so 15 points per, so 30 points total. And I think
Yakuza brought me down.
Yakuza, but you only lost
good.
like it's still
You
positive.
got
It's still giving
game,
net positive points.
Yeah.
My hope is that at least I could be able to pull double digits each game because right now I have a big fear about that Dust Bloods. My hope is that it does not come out this year at all.
I think it will. I think it might be showing Summer Game Fest.
You never know with Nintendo and FromSoft, but that was my kind of hope. That it's like, okay, you never know. Even though it might come out.
Should I be putting some more picks? I mean, I see some of you guys got a couple of extra ones in there.
I still have 2 spots remaining. I was waiting for Summer Game Fest.
I see.
You can do that too. You can because that's sometimes it's better because you have enough money to spend. Like right now, Sammy, you have 23 bucks left on your budget.
Damn, Sammy.
Whereas,
How many popcorn buckets are you buying with all that money there?
I lost so many bets, and I'm like, okay, if I want things, I just have to go for it.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Whereas, like,
one spot left.
Camille, Riley, and Steve both have at least about 85, 84 bucks. I spent a little bit. I'm at 55 because I wanted to lock in Castlevania and Mina the Hollower. So I locked those in pretty quick. But I just didn't know who was going to be buying stuff. But Caboose, you have about 60 bucks left in your budget.
Yeah,
so
I only put 40 on the God of War game that let me down.
Yeah. I think I think once like the summer showcases pop off, I think you can pick up quite a few spots there. So
It'd be tough. It'd be tough.
It'll be interesting come later in the fall when things start coming in.
When June comes in, people will be like, I want this game, the Saturday of that Summer Game Fest. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Steve, what's going on for you for the rest of the week?
I'll have my proper Forza Horizon 6 preview coming out this week. I also have some sponsor content coming out. I just put up one of this brand new PC, John Piscina, that I have back here now. So I've got some content for that, including some sponsor stuff coming up. But stay tuned to my socials and interact with those, engage with those, because that'll help me get more sponsor stuff. So
awesome, cool. Sammy, what about you?
More video games, more marathon, I'm sure.
I'm marathoning.
Dude,
I'm marathoning.
have you done the cryo archive yet?
I beat the boss. I did it all. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So just probably a lot more of that, and then a couple of other games that hopefully reviewing here soon on the network. So looking out for that. Yeah.
And then Caboose, what's going on with you?
Yeah, like Sammy as well. Some more marathoning on my end too. And then Invincible Versus, really excited to try that out. And then hoping and crossing my fingers for an Injustice 3 reveal later this year.
We'll see. Definitely have to see. For me, same thing. I got to do my Forza review, which I will do right after this, and just catching up on games and the backlog and everything. Try to finish 5 games this month. I finally finished Life is Strange reunion, and
cool.
It was all right.
How was that? Yeah,
it was just all right. I can't wait to read the review. We'll see.
I just feel like they're like, oh, I want to go with this choice. They're like, that's nice, but that's not the correct choice.
I heard that was the thing. It was
Come
like
on
you didn't
now.
sort of honor the choice you made in a previous game, and it just is like, no, this was the right choice.
Yeah, they're like, oh, did you destroy or did you kill her? I'm like, I killed her.
Yeah.
Well,
I should,
Are you sure
I shouldn't
that
say
was the
right
right
choice.
choice?
Canon choice, I think, is probably the best way to say
then
it.
just tell your story. Don't make it a choice game.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I'll have that ready as well. But yeah, everyone else, we'll see you all here next week. Take care.
Bye.